baby news.
What did you just say?
Poor baby.
Vietnamese, I don't understand.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Submitted by Christian from Texas. A Christian or Christian? A federal lawsuit was filed over a video of an officer handcuffing a crying third grader?
Oh man, please don't tell me the third grader was caught selling crack.
8 years old?
8 or 9. Did you say the third grader selling crack?
Yes.
Pocket contents. Enhance. 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 Enhance.
Yeah, 8. 9 is
Kids are growing up pretty fast.
Please stop selling drugs, third grader.
It's probably like a Samoan third grader. He's like 7 feet taller.
I just want my mama.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, you got a mustache, kid. Relax.
My friend brought like a Rambo knife to show and tell for school and he got in big trouble.
Oh, wow.
A real one?
Yeah, a real one.
Oh, no.
Damn.
I mean, he doesn't know. Like, he just thought it was cool, but the teacher freaked out and made a big ordeal about it.
Yeah, technically you don't tell people. I don't remember my teacher ever telling me you can't bring certain items to show and
They
tell.
never told you can't bring a gun to school?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I guess they thought it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, you don't think. Well, this is a condom, and my parents use it all the time.
Oh,
Every time I do it, there's a greased mustache.
And that's my story for show and tell.
Thank you, everybody.
He always used to itch his balls like when he sat cross-legged like this and then he put his hand like through his pants. The knife boy.
Oh, I forgot. It's a pretty dope name.
You know what's funny? In elementary school, you always remember somebody for something that they did.
Yeah.
I don't remember their names exactly, but I remember there was Raw Hot Dog Boy.
Raw hot dog? I love raw hot dogs.
AIDS boy?
AIDS Boy.
Yeah.
AIDS Boy. AIDS Boy is actually her half brother, who
Her stepbrother.
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 Yeah, stepbrother. Who actually I remember from the bus stop because he wouldn't share drinks with his friends.
Before you guys, so this is before David and I met. It turns out, small world, David went to middle school.
Middle school.
With my stepbrother. At the
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so when my stepbrother's like, hey, because this is when your Alex from UCLA, whatever girl video went up. My stepbrother's like, hey, I went to school with that guy. I added David, and David's like, yo, you're Will's sister. I'm like, yeah, dude, what's up? And then this is
showed me a picture. I was like, oh, that's AIDS Boy. Right? And I remember AIDS
Boy?
Boys because we all knew him as AIDS Boys because at the bus stop, everybody remembers this conversation where he wouldn't share his Fruitopia with anybody because he thought he would get AIDS if he shared that drink. So he was like,
Does that drink even exist anymore?
I don't think so.
Is that the one where you twist the top off? No.
It just tastes like sugar and death. And so this one guy, I remember, he was like, what if I just waterfall? He goes, nah, I can still get AIDS from it.
What?
And I started cracking up. I was like, this fool's AIDS Boy, man.
So that's how he knows my brother. Will, I love you. Don't make fun of me. Don't
Oh yeah, my bad, dude. I knew you as AIDS Boy.
His heart's all broken now.
AIDS, boy. Is that why everyone laughed at
You
me?
could get AIDS from everything. I was like, Jesus, boy.
He's smart. I'd rather do that than fucking risk
Get actual AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, well anyways, this story. So that's how you get it.
Yeah.
So
Waterfall when you roll fall, it goes back up too. There you go.
Yeah, so there was this video that went viral back in 2015, but it took place in 2014. And so what happened before this video starts is that this 8-year-old boy and this 9-year-old girl both have ADHD. They were both being really rowdy. They were swinging at the teacher. And so a cop showed up at the school and then ended up arresting him. So now I'll show you guys the video.
Oh, what the hell happened today?
Who puts handcuffs
Or not
on
arresting him, handcuffing him.
Okay.
Like just to scare him, or just like, or did he like pal drive him and shit?
Well, in the video, the cop is saying that the kid was swinging at him, and so I guess he
Just grab his wrists.
Yeah. So here we go.
You don't get to swing at me like that. You don't get to swing at me like that.
Why are you trying to punch the police officer, fat boy?
Or you can suffer the consequences.
Look at where he handcuffed
Oh
him.
shit, that was like contortioning the child.
That's not good.
Above the elbow.
Kids are very hurtful.
That's not, the handcuff is like, it's barely like, it's like the width of his back. Can I do that?
Well, you're an adult, it's different.
Yeah. Look at Tyka, his head's bigger than his shoulders.
But it's
That's
your
still
decision
not
to
right
behave this
though.
way.
No matter how small you are.
If you want the handcuffs
it's
off,
not,
you're going to have to behave.
it's not right. Like your body, and then he was left like
If
this
you're
for 15
behaving, I'll
minutes.
take them off. But as long as you're acting up, I'm not
15
gonna get them
minutes.
off.
That fool thinks he's Incredible Hulk. He's trying to break the cuffs right now.
When I saw this, my blood was boiling, and I got so sad. And I'm like, God damn it, because I immediately think of obviously
Did you want to abuse the police officers after this?
What do you mean abuse?
Did you want to put handcuffs on the cops and make them go like this?
Make them? How would you like it? Like what the hell?
Maybe for you though, because you're also thinking about your kid's temperament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not a parent of that kid, so you don't know his behavior type either. Because as a kid, as a 3rd grader, at his age, I fucking stabbed the kid. So you gotta realize too, like I literally took a pen like this, I went to a kid and I went fuck right through his cheek, through his mouth.
Well, yeah, that's why when I said it, I know I'm being biased because immediately I think of my own son.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this ended up being a federal lawsuit filed by the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, and so they were saying that this was unconstitutional, that they violated the kids' constitutional rights. And so recently, since this took place back in 2014, now recently the judge has ruled that yes, it was unconstitutional, and that the fact that like the reason there's no policies that say that you should ever handcuff a kid above the elbows ever.
Yeah.
Well, we're supposed to do it on the wrists, like a normal person.
That was a little bit too much.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know kids had constitutional rights.
Neither did I.
Constitutional rights.
I was raised a different way.
Yeah. If you compare this to like a Asian school, this is fucking nothing, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, like they have you kneeling on rice grains and shit.
Cop is super sweet to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He wasn't mean.
My dad spoke to me that way.
I know.
But he just beat me while handcuffing me.
This was just more like, well, you know, you learned your lesson. This is what's gonna happen to you. Maybe he shouldn't have done it on the elbows, maybe a little bit lower, but I can understand this as like a scare.
Yeah. It seemed like he was trying to teach him about the law.
Exactly.
That's what it seemed like
But
to
what
me.
if this kid's like one of those shit kids? Like I'm talking like ends up on Dr. Phil shit kids. You know what I mean?
Like swinging. And
Yeah. So I understand why parents would be mad because you would.
I get both sides.
Yeah, I get both sides. But at the other hand, this is pretty easy compared to what we went through.
If he handcuffed his ankles.
Well, he was swinging though. It's like
To a chair,
You
yeah.
could disable his arm somehow if he was swinging around.
yeah.
Then you basically, you know that canine arm thing? Put that on him.
What's the canine arm?
The thing where they like have the dog come and bite the arm.
Put that on him.
He's just stuck like this the whole time.
He looks like a big winged monster.
What about for you? I'll ask Bart first. Let's say Taika is 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then the officer or whatever, they're like, well, your kid was acting up and he swung on the officer, so they handcuffed him a little. Like, well, how would you feel? Would you be like, what the fuck? Why did you do that to my kid? Or be like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
If Taika was exactly like me when I was 8, then I think that would have been perfect behavior. Because I've been arrested like ever since I was a kid, like all the way up until when I was old, because I just got in a lot of trouble.
All the way up until last week.
And so out of all the times that I've been arrested, it was much more violent than that, and the cop is yelling and is usually cursing, even when I was a kid. So that actually to me looks like police protocol, but we find out that above the elbows actually isn't. So I guess for me, I'd be like, well, what is the constitutional way to apprehend a kid? Because it does come to that sometimes. And for me, like, if I was the 8-year-old kid, I'm gonna be running around and doing crazy shit and throwing things, and so like I have to be handcuffed or handcuffed to a chair or something like that. So if Taika is the exact same way, then to me I would have no problem with that.
I want to know what the public would say if they were to release a video of this kid 5 minutes prior.
Swinging at the cop.
Fuck you! Just like punching everyone, flipping shit over, starting fires. I bet people would be like, oh, he deserves it.
Yeah, see, I set a chiropractic place on fire when I was like 6, you know, so like...
You fucking monster.
What is going on?
So if Taika was like that, please put the kid somewhere so he doesn't burn anything else down.
Well, are you asking me the same thing?
Yeah,
I was hoping you would ask me the same
If Taika acted like me.
So I saw 2 officers in that video, right? So I'd be like, okay, I as a mom, I'm with you. Like, I'd be like, don't fucking touch my kid. I know he's a piece of shit. Like, I understand my kid's a piece of shit. That's my fault. And I sympathize with my child because he's mine, right? So I'm like, don't do anything. Like, fucking call me. I'll come over. There's 2 cops. Like, let them just be like, whoa, you're not leaving. Like, let him do his shit in the corner and have his little fucking tantrum. Just don't touch my fucking kid. I think that's just.
That's impossible. Because if you're doing this, if the cop doesn't touch the kid's gonna touch the cop. So the kid's gonna run through the kid's legs. The kid's gonna come and
Yeah,
punch
but
him.
those are some big ass men, you know.
No, that's what I'm
But
saying.
he has to touch him though.
Yeah.
If you don't want contact, like what? Instead of like just voicing problems, what's the solution to it? Because all I'm hearing is like, don't do this, but okay, if you don't do this, then how do you touch the kid in the right way?
You get a bunch of pillows and stuffed animals, and then you just kind of bop them back.
Your situation is now way worse than that situation.
Just bop them.
Yeah, run at me as a little kid. I just go like this, like boop. That's it, you know, like, and it's cool.
So that's the constitutional way.
Yeah, just
bop
bop 'em.
Bop him.
No, yeah, 'cause for
And
me,
it's comfy. It's just like it's cushioned, like ooh.
It wasn't mainly about like them touching him. It's more like the fact that it's like, look how uncomfortable that is. Like you're clearly trying to inflict pain on this kid.
Handcuffs aren't designed to be luxurious.
Yeah.
Like handcuffs are meant to be uncomfortable as fuck. And if you've ever been zip tied, I've been zip tied too.
Add a zip
They
tie. I'm
are
cool with that.
fucking like that shit hurts like a motherfucker.
Don't add a zip
If
tie.
you've ever been in the back of a police car, it's all hard plastic.
It's like this too, by the way. It's like this.
None of those things was designed by Mercedes or have German engineering or made out of silk. Like all that shit is meant to be uncomfortable. So like that being like this, I'm like, yeah, of course, it's supposed to be like that.
Well, what if it's because the handcuffs gave too much give, so that if they were handcuffed normally, he'd still be like this. You know, like that's why they had to put it
I
back.
just look at his intent, and it didn't look like the cop was trying to hurt him. It looks like he just made a very poor choice in how to restrain the child, and he didn't understand maybe the comfortability level. But I don't think as a cop he's thinking about, I'm trying to make this troublemaker comfortable. Is I got to restrain them and let them calm down first, and if you follow the rules, I can take this off.
And I like the way he was talking to him. He was really trying to teach him something.
He was doing that right.
I remember when I was like 13, I got caught for doing graffitis. And then when I was at the police station, the cop was like, take off your earrings. And I was like, I couldn't take them all off because one of them was like, I had an infection, it was like hurting me. And then I was like, I can't take this one off, officer. And he's like, take it off, I'm gonna take it off for you. And I was like, oh, this is abusive. And then I was taking it off, like trying my hardest. I'm like, you're so sadistic, you're enjoying this, aren't you? And I was super dramatic.
You sound like an S&M client.
Huh?
You sound like an S&M client, like enjoying it.
I was all like dramatic about it too, like, all you pigs, you guys are so sadistic, you're enjoying this, aren't you? And I got the earring off, and I was like, here. So I mean, I feel
Handcuffs,
like,
right?
He sounds like the type of guy that hired.
the funny thing is, I mean, like when you're a kid, you're super dramatic, right? So in my mind, I'm not in trouble. I'm not wrong for doing graffiti and getting caught for it. I'm wrong. I think the cop is wrong for making me want to take off my earrings. That's all I could think about. Fuck you, cop. You enjoying this, you fucking police brutality, motherfucker. Well, here you go. Ah, yes, and there's blood coming out.
Pus you.
Just like as a cop, I'm sitting there like, what is wrong with this kid? You know what I mean? You enjoy this? That's what you want! Yep.
Yeah, well, the Civil Rights Division of the U.S. Department of Justice got involved in this case, and they were even suggesting that the court consider whether the handcuffing was punitive rather than necessary to ensure safety. So then they're just saying, like, you know, the officer didn't have to go to that extent of handcuffing above the elbow. That's just the whole thing. And so because of that, because of that now, like, the federal judge did rule it was unconstitutional.
Because, you know, like, if his argument is like, oh, it's because his wrists don't fit, handcuff one, handcuff his bicep, handcuff the other one to the chair.
So I'm saying, I think it was just poor judgment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
That is very smart.
It didn't sound like he had malintent. He goes, well, I'm gonna cuff him this way because it's gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that was the
It didn't
case.
seem like that at all.
It's guilty by stupidity.
It's
Just put it around
the
his
reason
neck
why
and
people
put it
are drawn to
up.
that conclusion, David, is because the kid was saying, like, ow, it hurts.
It doesn't fucking matter. I said that shit all the time when it didn't. At that
Kids
age.
over exaggerate all the time.
No, for sure.
You're hurting me.
I agree. Kids
Exactly.
I'm just trying to give you guys the voice of what they were saying in court.
So what was the consequences?
Based off what Gina was saying, though, I can also see why they did do above the elbows, because you know how you're saying the hands could probably come out here. So if they can come out here, the kids could easily just go like this now, and now it's in front of them, and now they're gonna go back to swinging at the cops.
I think the real question is, how come people can't calm their kids down without fucking using force?
Dude, I remember, I guess to answer that question, I remember one time we were eating in K-Town. Tiff was with Isaac, and we're all sitting down, and then Tiff was like, Isaac, can you please stop doing it? Very calmly, very nicely, and then Isaac goes, "No, mommy, don't hit me." And I was like,
Never hit him either. I'm like,
wow, what a little punk.
Yeah, and then people were just looking
Ass
at
at
me.
home though after that?
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I should hit you.
Holy crap.
She was like,
Where did you learn that?
I don't know. So fucking dramatic.
She was like, "Isaac, can you please stop doing that?" "No, mommy, don't hit me." And I was just like, if I wouldn't have known you,
And he'd be like, what the fuck?
if I didn't know you, I would have been like, "Oh my god, let's call somebody." Like, this poor child's getting abused.
Holy shit, how did you? I don't even know what I would do if my kid did.
I was laughing because I know her. So.
That's
You know
hilarious.
who did that recently to me? Fucking Vanessa. When we were driving by South Pasadena High School, she's like, she opens the door, "Don't hit me!" And I looked at her, I was like, you know, that's a high school right there. She goes,
God, do you remember?
She goes, "Oh." I'm like, yeah, jackass.
Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of JK News. Make sure to stay connected because we're constantly updating our social media. So follow us at JK Films for Instagram and at JK Films for Twitter. To watch more videos, click right over here.